Alrighty, hello guys, welcome back. So I'll be kicking things off with this Dark Moon All Gems Quick to Bunker run. First off, I just want to apologize in advance. My situation isn't the best at the moment, so I will not be talking quite as loud as usual, but it'll still work out. If I had noticed, I would have gotten other commentators to fill in for me, but it's okay. So, yeah, this is All Gems, Quick to Bunker. Kind of an old category, started out in like 2018, I believe. It's been a long time. Shoutouts to Rex BMX for making this category like become a thing. He put in a lot of work routing, getting the idea of traction in the first place, all that good stuff. So huge shoutouts to him for making this category like a reality. So the big quirk with this category, we have all of the missions available to us from the beginning. We can go anywhere we want. The only objective here is to collect all the 65 gems as fast as possible. We're not worried about beating missions. Once we touch a gem, that counts as collected, even if we don't actually save the game. So I'm going to be playing on a kind of a special file here. I don't have any gems collected, except for one here, Old Clockworks. But the others are all still yet to be obtained. So the reason for that... Game audio is a bit loud? Thank you, sorry. So the reason for that is that the gems, once you collect them, they become like transparent, which doesn't really do much, doesn't like affect the run, but just to keep things nice, I like to do things on a file that doesn't have any of the gems collected except for one, to keep all the gems to not be translucent. The gem that I have collected here is very important though. The first time you get a gem, it's gonna like activate a call, but we don't want that, so we collect one gem to disable that call. And this gem is like nice because you don't even see it. This gem is like not even seen in the run, so it's like perfect. So yeah, I think that's good enough for introduction. I've got the route here, so we can start this run in 3, 2, 1. Wait a second. I just remembered the timing's weird for this category. So we have to start time once we gain control of Luigi in this first mission. So there we go. I have a little bit of a advantage here because I'm running the stream, so I was able to start the timer there. But yeah, here we are in the bonus mission for Gloomy Manor. So the bonus missions are really good. Once you catch all of the boons in a mansion, it unlocks this like little bonus mission, which is really convenient because like, you know, once you beat the mansion, it like unlocks everything, like you can go almost anywhere. So the bonus missions are really convenient because you can just go almost anywhere. And the gems are sort of like scattered all about the mansion, so it's really good to just have all of it available to you to go to. So we'll be using bonus missions a lot to capture, or to collect a lot of these gems. Also hello Twisto, hello Skip, thank you for the good luck. So one interesting thing, not every gem is available in every mission. In fact, I don't believe there is a single gem that is available in every single mission. Oh, there might be. I haven't checked that, but if there is, maybe only like one or two. A lot of gems are like locked behind certain things in certain missions. In fact, this first mansion that I'm in, Glory Manor, is the only mansion where all of the gems are available in the bonus mission. So there'll be others that might require the use of like a toad, and toads only show up in certain missions. So we'll be working with those toad missions to collect a couple gems. So yeah, there's 65 gems in the game, 13 for each mansion. In this first mansion we're collecting amethysts, and then they change color in the others. One of the nice, cool things about gems is like once you collect all 13 of them, they actually unlock like a little like souvenir statue, I guess. So in this game, if you go to ECAT's bunker, there's like a little vault where you can see all the things you've collected. And the gems are down there. Along with like these little statues if you collect all 13. It's kind of like a nice little bonus if you collect them all. I remember, and I still regret this, but way back when I did my like casual playthrough, like I used this like guide to look for all of them. And I really regret doing that. I really wish I would have taken the time to like actually do the puzzles more. Which, when LM3 came out, that's what I did. LM3 also has quite a few gems, I believe a little bit more. I don't remember the exact amount. But yeah, I did my best in that game to avoid spoilers and like try to have fun, like even though it's frustrating to like, really look around for all of them, make sure I was like sure of everything. 102 gems, yeah, thank you Twisted. It is a bunch. Quite a bit more than Dark Myth. So here's the last gem. And with that, we're out of the first mansion already. Only 5 minutes in. And that's kind of like where the sort of quick nature... Well, the run is still very quick, don't get me wrong, but we won't be seeing a faster mansion than that. All the other 4 mansions in the game take a little bit longer. So here we're going into Haunted Towers. We are not in the bonus mission though, so this mansion has a bit of a special job to collect. The gem is locked behind something that we call a bonus room. So bonus rooms only show up in certain missions. And some of the bonus rooms will give you a gem, so we'll see a couple of those throughout the run. So yeah, Haunted Towers has not Amethyst this time, but no, I can't remember the name of them. What are the green gems called? Also, we're not going here. Hang on. Oops. I've only recently gotten into this game, or into this category again recently. Emerald, thank you, Zarya. But yeah, this mansion has emeralds. They're green to match the sort of plant aesthetic. Okay, before I talk about getting back into this game, I'm going to talk about a little skip here. This is Rumpus Room. There's a little skip that we can do. So if we catch... This ghost is fine, we'll catch this ghost. These next two, though. If we catch these two together, there's still two more that spawn after these two. But we can catch them both right now. We have to catch them as a double. Then, when these next two ghosts spawn, there's still ghosts in this room. But because we caught the other two as a double, we can just leave. The game sort of freaks out, like, I don't know if, like, I'm not like freak out, but like the game sort of like thinks that there's no longer ghosts in the room. That was one of the very first skips discovered in the game. Might be the oldest skip, actually. So yeah, getting back into this category, before this marathon, I hadn't done any runs of all gems since 2019, so I had to do quite the de-rust to prepare for this run. But I wanted to do it because I think it's such a fun little category. It's only about an hour, and it's very fast-paced. You just go in and out of missions, just collecting the gems. It's really rapid fire. Very little downtime. But yeah, because I've only just relearned it so recently, like the route is even like still kind of fresh in my mind, so if I forget where to go or what to do, that's why. So now we're in the conservatory. This is where the bonus room is. So we reveal this door, kind of like get sucked into it, now in this like pocket dimension. All of them are pretty similar. There's like some sort of task you need to complete, there's a timer that counts down. As long as you do it before the time runs out, then you're good to get the reward. That one's simple, just get the red coins. And that was the last gem of that mission, so now we're headed to the bonus where we can get all of the rest of them. Rubber Ducky says I was too small-brained to beat this game. There are a lot of puzzles in this game, but solutions are not always obvious. Let's see, I'm going this way. So as I'm collecting the rest of the gems in this bonus mission, I'm going to be doing like a couple resets. So resetting a mission like only takes like 14 seconds to do, and oftentimes it's like a lot faster just to reset than to like backtrack all the way down. So here we're pretty far away from the start already. So once I get this gem, I'm gonna quit, or not quit, restart, so I can go back to the beginning of the mission to be closer to all the other gems. And you beat the first boss. The first boss is hard. We won't see that in this category, but the first boss in this game is definitely the hardest. Well, from a puzzle standpoint, I should say. The other bosses aren't so much as hard to figure out as they are to, like, actually beat. Oh yeah, because there's 13 gems in each mission, and they're all like a little bit different actually. You may notice they got like different shapes and stuff. This one's a star. So sometimes the shapes are very recognizable and you can like assign a certain name to it. Some of the shapes are like really strange though, and like we don't know really what to call the shape. Well, we have names for them, but the names aren't, at least for me, I wouldn't instantly recognize a gem by the name of its shape. The gems also have like an order. You may notice like when I'm collecting them, they show up on the screen, and there's like a whole like row of them with like an order. There's no down on the bottom of the screen. So we can number them as well and use numbers to refer to them. I'm sure it's just a matter of experience, like to like, get that all memorized, but the easiest way to memorize like, the gems is to talk about the room name that they're in. So like if I tell someone about the, I don't know, botany lab gem, they'll instantly know what I'm talking about. Whereas if I say like gem number 7, maybe not so much. So yeah, that's how I prefer to refer to gems, is by their room names. In the route that I have them listed by room. Here's one of the best gems in the game. You get to take shots at a mouse. Don't know why they added that, but it's kind of funny. I believe that thing shoots seeds. Would make sense, considering the surroundings here. Definitely one of my favorite gems, that one. And here's the last one. And now we're out of Haunted. Only 17 minutes in. Haunted isn't too bad. The next couple mansions will have quite a bit more involved there. So first we head to C3. We're only getting one gem here, just one. And this is one of the most unique in the game. It's like a very particular puzzle with this one. I don't think there's really any other gem quite like it. Yeah, this ghost only spawns in this mission. And they just so happen to have a gem with them, so we just have to go here to catch them. And that's it, that's all of C3. So, we would go to the bonus mission to get the rest of them. Because, you know, bonus missions are really good, they have access to everything. But there's still one more gem that, like, actually a couple of these aren't available in the bonus. So, we're going into C5 now. We're gonna get 3 gems here. We're gonna have to complete a lot of this mission. So there's one gem at the very, very end of this mission. In fact, we're maybe like only 10 seconds away from beating this mission. So this is a very long segment of the run. Not the longest though. We will spend more time in another mission. And get very close to beating that one too. Here's a little bit of a tricky one. This one's kind of hidden. That one definitely took me a while to find on my first playthrough. So yeah, there aren't any gems in this room, we're just going in here to advance the mission. So this is a Toad mission, we're going to rescue Toad. And once we do, Toad is going to be useful to get that very last gem. So you can throw Toad in this game, just like you can in LM3. Just pick him up and throw him. Or rather, like, shoot him out of the Boolympics. It's really funny. But we can use that to get the final gem in this mission. So this mission has the second and final skip that we'll use in this category. The skip is called Maintenance Skip. The room that I was in with the big gear that was turning in the middle. There's a fight that will happen in that room when we backtrack through there. But there is a skip which is found by Banana, which is really cool. You can get Toad stuck in a sort of soft lock state. The game realizes this and will fix Toad by respawning Toad with you. I was really careful there not to activate the power surge early. You may have noticed it charged up, but I held it for a little bit. One of those greenies was really far away. If I activated it, they definitely would have broken off of the tether. So now we're coming up to maintenance skip. So you can see the room is now dark. We're going to pull up this bridge. So Toad is really afraid of big gears, and when we throw him onto the gear, he tries to run across the bridge, but because it's down, he'll fall. It's a very precise angle there. So Toad runs across there, gets stuck on something, and then the game realizes this and respawns Toad. So it skips a fight in that room. Usually you're supposed to go onto the gear, throw Toad across, but that like activates the trigger. I'm gonna need this bridge for later. I'll need to cross up there to the door that's shaking in the back. That door contains a bonus room. And you guessed it, there's another gem back there. Kind of special ghost here, these mummies. They don't show up that much. But yeah, they're kind of pretty cool though, nonetheless. Another one of the many variants of the greenie.
Oh, yellow.
So yeah, the common greenie ghost has a lot of different variants. So even though it's like the same ghost really each time, it's really not. They attack in different ways, they behave differently. Different ways to fight them. So here we get our second bonus room gem. And then there's only one more gem to get in this mission. This gem that I'm about to get though, the final gem, this is the one gem that I collected at the very beginning. Or like, not beginning, but like before the run. So like I said, before the run, there's a call that you get from EGAD when you like collect your first one. So we don't want that, we want to avoid getting calls because they slow you down. So before the run, I just got one of the gems. Again, this is like all not necessary, like you could just have a file with all the gems already collected, and that's fine. But just for aesthetic reasons, to like see the pretty colors, I have all the gems, except for this one, not collected yet. But yeah, this one coming up is special because like you can't even see this gem. It's like almost invisible. That's fun. If you shoot Toad off, sometimes he'll respawn. Sometimes he won't though, and that'll lose you a lot of time. Thankfully he respawned there. Yeah. There. Toad collected a little gem. Couldn't see it, which is perfect, because then we can just collect that one and So that gem is clear, actually. That gem was a clear gem. But it doesn't matter, so... So C5, one of the longer segments. Now we're going into C bonus to finish off the gems and all the clockworks. Oh, this is unlucky. I'm actually going to go this way first. So that was like our first instance of like randomness in this run. All gems is a very, very, very tame category in terms of RNG. So from that aspect, it's a very nice run. Very little luck factor to it, except for that. So bonus missions, they spawn like waves of stuff, and depending on which rooms they spawn in, you can get like unlucky like that. There was a gem in that room that I needed to get, but with the ghosts there, it's just better to not deal with them, so... Luckily, I have to reset a couple times, because like, the gems are really far out of the way, so... Resetting is just faster to go back to the beginning. So yeah, lucky this time there's no ghosts here. So we can get this gem in peace. There are 5 rooms that they can spawn in, so it's like a 1/5 chance. I should say 5 rooms for the first wave. There's 3 waves total. The first wave only spawns in 1 room, but there's 5 possible rooms for it. At least in this mission, it differs for different bonus missions. I believe most of them are 5. If not all of them. I'm not sure. We haven't... well, I haven't done too much extensive research on that. Oops, we don't want to quit yet. We are resetting again to get back to the start. Because there's one more section of the mansion we need to go into. Actually, I kind of take that back, what I said about the research. I have looked into it quite a bit, but I just don't remember at the moment. So, hang on a second. There's one gem that I forgot. Like I said, I still just learned the route, like, recently. So if there's one all the way over here. Also might be a bit tricky to find if you're not just using the dark light everywhere. The dark light was a new addition for this game. It can be used to reveal invisible objects. And they definitely made sure to, like, pack the mansions full of stuff to find. I mentioned this yesterday during Blars' 90% run. Shoutouts to Blars, by the way, he got world record in that run. That was really awesome. I mentioned that Old Clockworks is probably the most expansive of the five mansions. It just goes on and on and on in so many different directions. So here we're going all the way down to the very bottom, the lowest you can get in this mansion, to get that final gem. So yeah, that was Old Clockworks. Now we're going to move on to Secret Mine. So this is the fourth mansion of the game. And we're in D1. This is a Toad mission. So just like C5, we're going to have to use Toad to collect the gem here. So here I'm going to try to search this screen. I got it. We just sort of shrugs. And the E-guide calls you.
Yellow. Ciao.
So that sort of like just prompts an E-guide call to show up there. Of course, normally like E-guide calls are slow. Like you don't want to get them. But that one's useful because you're going to get a call anyways. And it's better just to trigger it as fast as you can. So there I did something quite interesting. You notice that Greenie stopped. They're about to attack me, but they suddenly stopped. For some reason, if you just put the flashlight onto a ghost, they'll stop whatever they're doing. Works for all the ghosts except maybe Sneakers? It might work for Sneakers, I'm not sure. But yeah, still very useful in that situation. We don't want to spend catching that ghost. We don't have to. So, just a simple, quick glance, and they'll leave you alone. So now we have Toad. We can get the gem that we're after here. It's just down this little mine shaft. So a very quick gem there. And that's all we need Toad for. We're gonna get the rest of the gems in D3 actually. This is the longest segment of the run. Almost 11, 12 minutes here. We don't even go into the bonus mission. We just get all of them here. Or all the rest of them here. So I'm gonna go for a little trick here. Whoops, a little thing pushed me. As soon as this gets low enough. Nice, got it. So, the little camera pan there sort of takes your control away from you. So, you're just kind of there doing nothing. But you can just barely get into the fireplace to go back down, right before the ice melts there. And obviously it saves a whole lot of time because you're spending the time that you can't control Luigi to go down. Also, hello, Yippaboo. Thank you for the greeting there. How you doing? So now we're clearing some ice from this gondola. We need this gondola to access one of the gems.
Huh.
But here's the twist, we can't go in yet. This whole mission is about clearing those chains from the gondola.
Ciao.
Because the gondola is like required to beat the mission, so... But it's also required to get a gem, so it's kind of unfortunate that we have to like go through the whole mission just to get this gem. But yeah, we'll see more about that gem at the very end of this mission. Yeah, thanks for the good luck. So the chains were put on there by some strong ghosts. We can see the first ghost in the reflection here. We're gonna catch them very soon here. I was worried about that. Tried to wrangle that ghost in, but it just didn't work. Really unlucky. I'm very consistent with that triple unit. Yeah, you can see the ghost has like chains around them. It's sort of like a boss ghost almost. But they don't do anything special, they just have a whole lot of health, that's all. So, still pretty simple and easy to catch.
Oh yeah.
It's not like they attack you any differently. So yeah, there's 3 of those ghosts that we have to catch. That was the first one. Luckily there's like a lot of gems on the way to like getting all these ghosts. So we can like combine a whole lot of actions together. Like a lot of the routing goes together. So it's not too bad that we have to go get them, because there's still gems on the way. It's a bit of a tricky one here. You have to time going down the slope with the opening. And if you mistime it, even by a little bit, it's kind of like sayonara. There's the portal down there to the left there, the little green portal. But that brings you back up to the top so you can try again. But obviously that's slow. So luckily I got it first try. I don't like this part. Yeah, this part's like really... I don't know, there's a lot to do for this part of the run part of the game. Oh, that's the second one? Only 1 chain left. And the ghost is actually back at the very top of the mansion, but we're gonna go further down. Because there's a couple more gems down here. Luckily, there's a very nice shortcut back to the top after we get the one down here. So, not this one, but a couple more. We'll have a shortcut back up. So all the way to the very bottom, once again. Just like in Oak Clockworks. So we gotta get a little piece of coal here. That little chunk of gold is like not something we're interested in. That's actually a gold greenie. A special type of greenie that drops a whole lot of gold when you capture them. Very unique. When I first saw it, I didn't know what it was. It was so strange. You know, we need that coal to get this gem here, and then now we'll take the shortcut back up. Also, hello guys, thanks for the encouragement. Good to see you all here. So yeah, there's the shortcut. We're back up at the very start of this mission, the chalet. And as a bonus, we get a little gem there. I'm not going to get it yet, though. We're going to do a little trick with that. So, whenever I'm like catching these strong ghosts with the chains, there's like a point where like the chain gets spat out of the poltergust. And that animation is kind of slow, so what if there's a way to skip it? And there actually is. So if I catch this ghost while collecting the gem animation's stored. So once I'm done catching this slammer, the game will actually do that animation. I'm trying to catch him in a specific spot right in front of the elevator though. So there's the gem animation. It kind of glitches the game out a little bit there. Then I'm going to go into this elevator. So very quickly there, Egad wants to call you here right after you catch the last ghost. So usually we ride that elevator all the way down, but it teleported me down to the bottom there. So very cool sequence of strats there. Shoutouts to Rex for figuring that out with the gem. Thank you, Blair. Yeah, it was kind of awkward. The Slimer didn't want to cooperate for a while. But I eventually brought them over to the elevator. So there we go, finally got into the gondola. We just needed to melt that ice that I just melted there.
Oh, yellow. Ciao.
And that ice will let us go to a bonus room back here. First there's a little gem here. These two gems are really close together. And now we're going to go back to this bonus room. This is the last gem in Secret Mine. Kind of a tricky one. Can be a run killer. So the aiming system in this game is really jank. It's really hard to do, really hard to aim properly. You have to be like really precise with your angles. So this bonus room will use that aiming mechanic. Nice, got the first one. We have to hit them 3 times. You can hit them when they throw the snowball, but it's a bit riskier, I think. Blars would like to disagree, though. Blars is a really good runner. And there we go, that's it. So yeah, that went really well. Didn't have any mistakes with that. That's definitely a run killer for sure. Let's see, where are we going next? E3. At a higher level, like, once you get it down, it becomes a lot easier. I haven't practiced it enough to get to that point. But for newer runners, that will definitely kill your runs. Because the aiming system in this game is just so bad, even worse than it is in LM3. So now we're going to Treacherous. This is the final mansion of the game. And we've got 13 more gems to collect here. So we've gone into E3. This is another kind of special mission where there's some gems that are only available here. So we're gonna get a couple here, and then we're gonna get the rest of them in the E bonus.
Oh, yellow.
Which, as I've been saying, the bonus missions are very useful for getting the gems. Because they're open to so much. And they don't have the normal interruptions of, like, having to complete puzzles and catch ghosts. Everything's already unlocked. So we're here in Nautical. All I need from here is to spin that portal. So this little portal back here. Activate that, turn it around. And we need that to take a couple items through it. Usually you can't take items with you through doors. Luigi just can't do that. So we need a portal to do that. So we grab this little balloon here to go through the portal. Unless you go flying, so pretty cool. I don't think there's an official name for what they are, but we call them balloonberries because they're kind of like a plant. Sometimes they're a bit jank. That one kind of popped by itself there. But yeah, we'll be using these balloonberries to get it. Just 2 gems actually. But they're only available here in E3. These crows I'm killing as a safety measure. They're also a bit of a run killer. If they touch your balloon, they'll pop it. So, definitely don't want that to happen. This is a special type of balloonberry, it's a gold balloonberry. Makes a little coin minigame show up. So once you collect all the coins, a little chest will appear. And it could have anything from just gold to, in this case, a gem. And that gold balloonberry only shows up in this mission. It will not show up in the bonus mission. So here's the second and final gold balloonberry. And then after this one, we don't need them anymore. There's still a little bit of tech that I can do. So... just gonna pick up that balloonberry just to be floating in the air when I pick up that gem. It skips the animation for collecting the gem, it's really nice. So then I'm grabbing this little blue book that I dropped down earlier. This is also used to get a little gem here. Now for the last gem that I'm getting in this mission. I'm gonna take this bucket to water a plant. Fill it up with some water here from the jungle. And then take it to Ancient, where we can water a little plant. Very involved mission, E3. Using those portals to carry stuff around. Treacherous is by far, I'd say, the most complicated to route. The route has changed a couple times. As the gems are sort of everywhere, and Treacherous is very open, very, not very linear. All the rooms are sort of connected together, so there's like lots of options for routing. But yeah, now we're going into our final mission, E-bonus, where we will get the final few gems that we need. We're almost done. Well, that was interesting. You see the gems sort of pop out there. You can, like, suck the gem through that door before it opens. It's interesting. Usually you just pick it up right away. That one sort of, like, fell out. Yeah, now we're going way down into the bottom of the mansion. Kind of a theme at this point. Always gems down there. And this is about as far as it gets, really, like, in terms of, like, how far the mansion stretches. So Clockworks had a whole lot of different branches. It's, like, really the only real branch, I'd say, of Treacherous. Everything else is sort of just one big piece. So here we zap the armor. If you've ever played this game, the cutscene that you see here when you first enter the room is a very memorable one. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend checking that out. That is in E1, that cutscene. So just going for one more gem down here, then we're done with this branch. I'm gonna restart because now we're very far away from the beginning. And now we're gonna go collect just a couple more gems, then we'll be done with the run. A couple more resets too, because these gems are also kind of a bit far out of the way from any other gems. The next gem coming up is also one of my favorites. Sort of like this game's equivalent of Moonshot. If you're familiar with the first game, Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube, that game had a section where you shot a, I'm not sure what type of ghost that was called. You shot that at the moon and blew it up. This is kind of similar. You're just grabbing these star pieces, not blowing anything up this time, but still shooting them into the sky. Like I said, the aiming system's a bit jank. And there we go, that is that gem done. That one's also kind of far away from any others, so we'll restart. We just got 2 more to go. Aeronautical. Just taking this log to be able to go outside here. So in this bonus mission, sometimes ghosts can spawn in this room. We got lucky they didn't spawn here. So now we're going for our final gem. This one is in the train exhibit. For some reason, just an exhibit all for trains. Kind of interesting. Yeah, once we get this gem, that is time. Just an innocent little train ride, right? It doesn't quite sound like it. And that's time. 58:47. That is a good time. That's pretty close to my PB. My PB is a 58:02:06, something like that. It's a low 58. So yeah, very glad to get that run. Sub 1 hour. Yeah, very fun category. So before I sign off here, I'd like to give a shout out to Rex once again for making this category a reality. He routed most of it, advocated for the idea in the first place. I'd like to shout out Banana as well for supporting this category on the leaderboard. Shout out to the whole Darkman community in general. I really enjoy running this game with the community, and yeah, we've got a great thing going on. So if you guys are interested in picking up the game and maybe even all gems, we've got the resources for you on speedrun.com/shalom2. You can find our Discord link there as well as some resources. So yeah, I'd also like to give one final shout out to everyone who's helped make this event a reality. So sorry for making the event idea in the first place. Flare, Orange, VG Sage for helping a lot with the stream. And yeah, with that, I think I'm ready to hand it off to an intermission here. Because I am the host, I'll just hand it off to myself here. We'll go to a quick intermission. Next up, we have a lovely run of Luigi's Mansion, all doors unlocked. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back after a quick little break. Alright, see you soon.